some aluminum or fabric, and this particular airplane had room for 2 seats inside, but the pilot sat with his head outside, and we'll see that airplane in a few minutes. But if we go over here, this is one of the things these are parts of the wings, and an airplane has to be very, very light if it's going to fly. The heavier it is, the more power it needs and the more structure it needs. So you can pass this around if you're very gentle to it. See how lightweight it is. And so everything on the airplanes are made very, very light so that they can fly. In a minute we're going to go over and take a look at World War I aircraft, and you'll see it's all covered with fabric, so you don't really have any idea how light the structure is. The other thing to notice about these is notice they're all triangles. Because if you make a square and you push the square, it can collapse. But if you've got a triangle, it gives it strength and structure. So this was the original Boeing plant. If we walk around this way, there are a couple of kind of interesting things.
Our Saturday Math Academy on our second field trip at the Museum of Flight, giving the kids a tour of the museum, and the goal is to give them enriching experiences outside of the classroom. So here's a mathematical field trip, because that was a math off flight. So now they're actually getting a chance to do something that's kind of culturally enriching, right? And some of the students have never been here before, so we're having a great time. Saturday Math Academy at the museum.
But they used the wrong glue, so they gave it to the museum. There's a note that went with the airplane here that says there's no reason to warm the engine up because they're not that reliable. You probably ought to spend the time that it's running in the air rather than on the ground. And that was one of the major problems, is the engines didn't last very long. And most of these airplanes could only fly for about an hour anyway, maybe 2 hours at the most. So let's go. I want to see this. It is stealth, it absorbs radar waves, and it was a reconnaissance, so it took pictures, and it could take a massive amount of pictures from that altitude, and it was a spy plane. It flew over Cuba, it flew over Libya. When it flew over Libya the first time was before they bombed Gaddafi. They fired SAM missile at it, and the observer in the back seat told the pilot, "We've got a rocket coming after us," and so he put the throttles clear forward, going faster than it had been certified to fly. They outflew the SAM. The SAM ran out of fuel, crashed back to Earth. In the meantime, the pilot pulled the throttles back, and they flew past their refueling airplane because they were going much faster than they planned. But nonetheless, they got away from the missile. So it's the fastest, highest flying airplane that's ever flown.